All right, so we have returned now with our second part of our money-making methods, and today we're going to be going over the best rod. If you missed out from our video yesterday, we basically went over a bunch of different locations. Specifically, we went over depths, grotto, as well as canal. Now, unfortunately, there was a little bit of mishap there, and for depths, unfortunately, I did do testing during the nighttime. A lot of you have explained to me why I should have done daytime. If you go and see that video now, at the very top of the comments, I have pinned the results that I got for daytime, which turned out to be 141K. Therefore, meaning that depths and canal are very similar, except that most people will probably choose depth still, just for the simple fact that they don't have to worry about oxygen. Now, for those of you guys that are not macroing and are actually playing the game and sort of want to have a little bit of fun on the side, you can go ahead and use canal. It is still a very good option. Ignore the people that are telling you it's nerfed, because it's not. All right, so if you notice, we just went ahead and made a ping for everyone inside of my server to see what their top 3 rods are, and I sort of want to see what everybody's choice is here. That is basically how we are going to determine which 3 rods we are going to test in today's video. As of right now, it looks like Rod of the Depths is in the lead, with the Heaven Rod in second place and Eternal Kings in third. So I'll give this just a couple more minutes. We'll wait till we get to about 1,000 votes, and then we'll get started with the testing. All right, so after about 1,300 votes, we have our final results, and it looks like first place is going to be Rod of the Depths, second place Heaven's Rod, third place Rod of the Eternal Kings. Now, to be fully transparent here, realistically, a good test here would have been to include Forgotten Fang. But because of the fact that this is a level 750 rod, it only really got 47 votes because the vast majority of players do not have this. The point of these videos is obviously to go ahead and help you guys make it to the end game. So for that reason, maybe I'll go ahead and do the Forgotten Fang as an honorable mention. But realistically, we're going to be focusing on the top 3 that I just mentioned. First one on the list here is going to be Rod of the Depths. And of course, we are going to be making our way over to Canal, testing it right over there. Absolutely no luck whatsoever, no Aurora, no Merlin, as well as no server luck. Would also like to point out that every single one of these will be tested with Night Shrimp. Also, before anybody asks, this is one of the brand new skins, the ones for Robux. And yes, when you pull this rod out, it does turn you blue. So just a heads up. So let's go ahead now, switch over to nighttime, and let's begin this. All right, there we go. So that is the end of the night cycle. For the most part there, we actually got a pretty decent amount of fish. I mean, if we take a look here, we got a really good amount of sturgeons. Only downside is that we technically only got one with a mutation, being the darkened. And then over on the Aurora trouts, we basically got none with mutations. So it's going to be interesting to see how much we actually earn from this, as well as to even see if the Rod of the Depths has a fighting chance against some of the other ones here on the list. But the final result for Rod of the Depths is 100,586. So pretty decent. I mean, we definitely know that it's not better than Eternal Kings because we literally tested that yesterday here, but it's okay. We're going to do it all over again. Now, for the next one on the list is going to be the pretty much hot topic right now, being the Heaven's Rod. Will this be a top contender right now? I'm going to be honest, I don't think so, but I do think that it's very possible that it could hold its place. At the very least, better than Rod of the Depths. I know that's kind of hard to say that, but I do think it's going to perform just a tad bit better. Either way, let's replenish our oxygen, make our way over to Canal, and the next clip that you guys are going to see after this will be the time lapse. All right, so that's it. Nighttime is officially over. And I'm going to be honest, man. I know that I spoke pretty highly about this before we actually started, but now I'm starting to get the feeling that we might not even get 70 or 80K out of this. In total, we got 5 different fish. Well, technically, 2 of them are common crates, but they're still considered fish, that were Heavenly Mutation, only one of those being a mythical. Now, honestly, who knows? Because Heavenly does have a pretty high multiplier, so maybe that'll even it all out. But I feel like my prediction here is going to be somewhere in the 70 to 80K range. So let's go ahead and sell the inventory and see what the total is going to be. Total is 104,779. I'm not going to lie. I'm pretty surprised about that. So overall, better than Rod of the Depths. Very small amount better. If I would have been running Abyssal on Rod of the Depths instead of Hasty, I probably would have blown it completely out of the water. And the unfortunate reality of the Heavens Rod is that you really can't run anything else but Hasty because of that 27% lure speed. This rod right here, man, for the price and pretty much the amount of effort that you have to put into to get it, it's definitely in dire need of some type of buff. And really, I wouldn't be surprised if this weekend, which will more than likely end up being a quality of life update, we end up seeing an actual buff to this, because it really is kind of a shame, man. It's a really good rod, super easy to use, obviously incredible luck. And of course, there needs to be some type of a drawback, but I feel like 27%, while also getting hit with a very low percentage on the Heavenly Mutation, it's just kind of criminal for 1.75 mil. Either way, next one up on the list here is Rod of the Eternal Kings, our good old buddy over here, and really kind of my go-to, even though I do feel like there's going to be one other rod in this list that's going to sort of blow everything away, and it's going to be kind of unexpected, maybe to some of you guys, especially the people that took part in my poll. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. We'll worry about that in just a second. I'm going to go ahead, replenish my oxygen here, and then we're heading back to Canal. Next clip that you see will be the time lapse of the Eternal King, and I think we're going to squeeze in one more rod after that. All right, nighttime is officially over, and I'm gonna be honest, man, I think we're about to see just how much of a huge impact RNG has in this game, because I really don't feel like this rod performed anywhere near as good as it did yesterday. Now, I obviously could be completely wrong, but because this rod really depends a lot, not only on the greedy mutation, but also on that royal escort to make a lot of money, it could quite literally be a deal breaker if you don't get either one of them. In total there, we got 5 greedy fish, with one of them only being a mythical. But on the flip side, 2 of them were legendary, so who knows? There's really only one way of finding out. So let's go ahead and see what the final sell value is. Will it beat the 104K lead right now? 115,951. Now again, if you guys were in my video yesterday, you know that with using the same exact rod and the same exact bait in the same exact area, I believe we made like 153K. That is a very huge difference. It is quite literally a 40K difference. And for the most part, all of the numbers that we have right now, everything seems to be more or less in the same exact sort of area, except for honestly maybe the Rod of the Depths. And that's because I still confidently feel that if I would have put Abyssal on that, we would have gotten a completely different result. But anyways, as I mentioned before, there is one other rod that I want to go ahead and include in this video. I don't think I'm going to put you guys through the torture of watching the entire time lapse. Instead, we're just going to sort of fast forward to when I have the full inventory and we're going to do the sell. So hopefully you can't take my word for it. Also, this is the brand new Robux skin, so that is the reason why we have those glowing effects around us. Now, to be as transparent as possible, for this one, we will be running Abyssal with Rapid Catcher. The reason for this is to go ahead and pretty much keep the entire instant lure. I just thought I'd go ahead and sort of point that out, since it technically is the only rod that we're going to be using a completely different bait. Either way, the next clip that you guys see will be us right back at this point right here with a full inventory of fish. And I just want to get a general idea of what kind of results we're going to get with the supposedly most end game rod being level 750. All right, so the nighttime cycle is officially over. I'm interested to see how this goes, man. Final results for the Abyssal Forgotten Fang are 106,618. So needless to say, what is my final result here? Honestly, I'm going to stick with what I said before, and that is that the Eternal King is still going to be the one that I will continue to use. Even though it didn't completely outperform everything here, there is the potential to really make a lot of money with the Eternal King. Yes, unfortunately, it will all come down to RNG, but I strongly believe that it will always outperform the vast majority of these rods. In second place, I'll definitely put it to the Rod of the Depths. And again, it goes back to the entire thing of if you put Abyssal on this, I feel like it could really perform super well. A mutation mixed in with also the ghost ability is just insane. And then of course, in third place, I will place it to the Forgotten Fang. Now there is a certain little trick that is currently circulating around there with the Forgotten Fang that will easily put it into first place, but this is not the place or the time to go ahead and talk about that because we are long past the times where we promote any type of bugs around here. With that being said, we could potentially see a completely different change to this list when it comes to this weekend if we do end up getting some type of heaven rod buff, in which case then I will gladly go ahead and make a follow-up. I don't think I will do all of the rods all over again, but what we will do is maybe grab Eternal Kings and put it up against the Heaven's Rod to see what results we get. Now, as always, it will be interesting to read the comments on this. Everyone is always going to have a different opinion, and that is perfectly fine. I tried to make this as fair as possible. Again, I understand that a lot of you do not have level 650 to be able to make the Eternal Kings. A lot of you also don't have 1.75 mil to buy a Heaven's Rod. Some of you don't have level 750 to get the Forgotten Fang. Kind of why I went ahead and tried to let you guys place the votes inside of my Discord server. If you want to be a part of it for the next video, make sure to join my Discord, discord.gg/carbonmeister. I don't really ever promote this, but also use your boy StarCode, man. Every time that you guys use StarCode Carbon when buying Robux or Roblox Premium, Roblox has to pay your boy in cold, hard cash. So hook your boy up, man. Either way, I hope that all of you have an absolutely amazing Merry Christmas Eve. Even though it's the holidays, the daily fish videos do not stop. I'll see you guys tomorrow with another daily fish video. Take care.